Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered! Today, it's going to be a match between Effort and Flash. Here on Match Point, bottom left-hand corner, it is the yellow Zerg player Effort. And in the top right, it is the very terrifying, very popular Terran player Flash. He needs no introduction, but I already gave him one, so hey. Maybe I'll do that next time. Okay, so it's going to be a ZVT here on Match Point featuring Effort versus Flash. And if there are any Zerg players that could take down Flash, Effort is on that short list. It's Jadong. It is Effort. It is Larva. It is... Who else is a Zerg player that could take down Flash? I think Hero can. Yes, Hero can do it. And I'm pretty sure that Queen can as well. Hang on a second. I forgot what Queen is an alternate ID for. Man, if you search Queen Brood War. Yep. Talking triangles here. Queen Brood War player. Oh, thank you, Google. Zero. There we go. Yeah, so Zero renamed himself to Queen, and yes, he can take down Flash as well. So, here we go. Here on Match Point. You know, just opening up barracks here. And, oh, are you going to hatch first? Effort, you are hatching first against Flash. I kind of feel like you have to take some risks against Flash, right? If you just do a safe overpool, then maybe you won't have enough macro to keep up with Flash. But if you go hatch first, then hey, maybe you can. And maybe he won't scatter right away. And maybe he won't open up 2 racks. Maybe just 1 racks. Maybe 1 racks into an expand. And then leave you alone. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be nice? All right, SCV timing here. He's going to see that hatchery. Looks like Flash is going for a 1 racks expand, which again is good news here for Effort. Hold on. Okay, supply depot. Good, fine. He can... I could throw up another barracks here. He can start pumping Marines. I don't know. I think this works out. It's not a proxy, I guess. It's not a proxy here from Flash. So on this map, it's pretty big. And it's going to take a while for Marines to get across the map if they even try to do so here. So Marine, yeah, he's not moving out. He's like, fine, you know what? You go for your hatch first play. Your pool's just about done. You should be fine to firm any aggression that I have. And then I'll just throw down my expansion myself, which the Overlord sees. And I mean, at this point, you're pretty safe taking a 3rd hatch, man. So I think Effort's going to go for that. If I had to guess what he's going to do here, he's probably going to send a drone up and get a 3rd base. Or he just wants to open up 2-base Muta by the fact that he's getting a lair. So, all right, man. 2-base Muta. It just, I mean, it does force Flash here to throw up some missile turrets, forces him to get out a bunch of bio, which he wants to do anyway. The turrets are not something he wants to do. But I don't know that the control of the mutas here is going to be good enough to really kill many of Flash's units. I'll be shocked if we get any more than like, oh, I don't know, 2 or 3 SCVs. If there's a couple out here in the open building factories and stuff, they'll probably get sniped. But as far as the mineral lines go, they're going to be pretty darn well protected if I know Flash, and I feel like I do at this point. Anywho, lair coming up. Going to take that 2nd gas at some point here. Maybe not right this very second. Would have been nice maybe to have 2 gas. Could have had a little bit more gas here available. But I guess the lair's not done yet, so we're cool at this point. Expansion coming up. And really just SCVs in production right now. SCVs here for Flash. He is working on an engineering bay. Just so he can go for upgrades and we can make turrets when he needs to. And there's the Spire, which I believe the SCV saw. Let's get rid of Mysticism Vision. Let's get Flash's Vision here. I don't think you can go back in. There's too many lings. And I wish it would show historical information. I wish it would show that Effort, or that Flash saw this or not. He has to know, though, right? The lair opening with the 1 gas has to tell him it's going to be Mutalisks. I feel like it does. Anywho, he's ready for a ling attack. Nice little Sim City set up across the front right now. Supply depot Marines, bunker full of Marines. And then going around the outside is just not a viable possibility here either. So the lings are going to try to be aggressive. There's a bunch of lings here. Effort, again, pretty darn solid, pretty darn scary Zerg players. Just up against Flash, he looks a lot less scary, as it turns out. So can he jump up? Can he jump up there is the question. 3rd base on the way from Effort. Loving that timing. Taking a 2nd gas here, too. He's not going to have gas for a ton of Mutalisks, probably about 5 or 6, which is the traditional opening here with this particular build. And then barracks, barracks, barracks. We are just going to at least bio opening it up right here. A lot of bio. Going to go for Marines and medics and maybe some fire bats, depending on how many lings are out right now versus how many Mutalisks there are. And at this point, I think fire bats would not be a bad idea, because this is not going to be a million mutas. It's going to be 3, 4, 5. And then, yeah, so there's 5, and then we'll get 6 as soon as the minerals come in here. So yeah, 6 mutas, not going to be a huge deal. Link count might be a little bit more. Maybe some fire bats would be nice. He does have the academy after all. He's working on stim. He's working on infantry weapons level 1 and a couple medics in the way here too. You want to make your medics earlier than you need them, just because their energy is nice. And the more energy they have, the more nice they are. And the later you built them, the less energy they have. So get a couple medics out there early. And the positions are here. That scan, did he scan and see when the mutas popped? He knew. He knew the exact time that was happening. Lurker coming in here too from effort. So Mutalisk Lurker here. We've seen this on the channel fairly frequently, haven't we? I feel like a lot of Mutal Lurker openings we've seen from Zerg, which good. Again, gas intensive. You need at least 3 assimilators, or extractors rather, to make that use. So we got 5, 6 Mutalisks here, 4 turrets, and a bunker at the natural base. That's not a place to go at all. Is it, guys? I don't think it is. You look at this SCU right there. See that one out? He dies. So that's 1. And the question is, you get any more? The Marines are here protecting the main base. Actually, no turrets coming up. Flash is actually confident enough to not make any turrets in his main, which we haven't seen from Terran players on the channel against this opening. That just shows what level Flash is at compared to everybody else. Does take down a Marine. The stacking here is pretty good as he loses a Mutalisk. Actually, that's a really fast Queen's Nest from effort too. Is he going to go? I guess he's going to go for those Defilers. He is rushing 2 Defilers, reckoning how much bio there is, how much Plague is going to be nice, how much Dark Swarm is going to be nice. Bit of another attack pushing across right now. This is where you make Sunkens. Or, you know, Lurkers are good too. Defensive Lurkers going to be pretty effective at this point. Lings and Mutas jumping on top of this bio. This is where bio is in trouble when there are Zerglings and Mutalisks to contend with. You really can't just focus on one or the other and then everybody dies. These medics dying are really important. He gets the medics and a couple more Marines. He's down to 5. Oh, he didn't lose any Mutas in that engagement. He's got 5. That's pretty awesome stuff, man. He's delaying right now, but Flash is charging headlong into battle with like 10 Marines and 2 medics, which, again, good number. But with Lurkers on the high ground here, and Lurkers very soon being on the high ground at the 3rd base, it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen for him. Flash is not going to be able to kill effort here at all. Lurkers, just in case they get past these guys, he's going to have more down here towards the natural, too. So you're not breaking this, right? You're not breaking this until you have a couple tanks available, which is why there's a factory here. But barracks, barracks, man. Is he doing this without tanks? We have seen this attempted, right? We've seen this attempted on the channel. We've seen it work before. We have seen it fail before. Flash is the first person I saw do it on the channel. And I think he really inspired a generation of Terran players to try to emulate him. But it is so hard to pull off against a Zerg player that has things like Plague, that has things like Ultralisks, that has things like Lurkers. Just the tanks make it so much easier. But man, this is definitely boop, 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 barracks, 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 barracks. And starport for those science vessels, and then a factory without a machine shop. A couple more SCVs die again. They're out here in the open. That's where they're most vulnerable. What the Greater Spire? What is even happening right now? Defiler Mound, Greater Spire starts first for effort. What is he doing? Why would... What? Who's told you could go Guardians against Flash? Who was it? It wasn't me. It definitely wasn't me. There's your science facility for those science vessels. That is insanity, man. Oh, ooh, did he just... Wow, he did. He jumped on those Lurkers. Nicely done. There's more here, though. So that Overlord does get picked off, but staying out of the range of the Lurkers for the most part. And I don't know, is that enough Marines? Yeah, +1, which is nice. Ooh, Muta does get picked off. Did he pick... Well, I guess they're all wounded. I was going to say, did he target fire the wounded Mutalisk? There were like 3 of them that were pretty severely injured there, so more likely just some luck. Consume getting started on that Defiler Mound. This is looking good. This is looking really good for effort. Except for the Greater Spire. I don't understand it. Free Marine, though. Flash scouting purposes. I think he intended for that Marine to die. I just wanted to get some information as to where the Mutalisks were. Yeah, man, we're seeing it. This is the multi-racks play with Science Vessels, with Irradiate. As it's in the production tab up that way, this is very, very good. Flash can do it. If anyone can do it, it is Flash. We've seen other players pull it off, but this is the guy. Macro hatches coming in from effort. And what the heck is he doing with this Greater Spire? Is he going to turn these Mutalisks into Guardians or something? I mean, I guess if he could do it before Irradiate comes out, it wouldn't be too bad. Or he could just lose all the Mutalisks to turrets right now. That seems pretty effective, too. Science Vessels being hunted by these Scourge, but, you know, Flash takes care of his Science Vessels. You don't get to be the best player in the world, at least the best Terran player in the world, without protecting these Science Vessels, man. You start losing them, you lose the game. There's your Plague from effort coming up now. Got some more Hydralisks in production to be Lurkers, because Hydras on their own against this composition are pretty much garbage. So it's going to be Lurkers. It is going to be exactly 2 Guardians defending this third base. This is insanity. They're just going to get irradiated. I guess maybe they're better irradiate targets than the Lurkers are. Maybe he's trying to bait irradiates out onto these Guardians. It's an interesting choice from Flash. What do you irradiate? The Guardians, the Defiler, the Lurkers. What do you get? And look at the response time, too. No! No! Says Flash. You do not get to kill my Science Vessels with Scourge. Not allowed. Checking down to see if there's a 4th base coming up for the Zerg player. There is not down here. I don't see anything that indicates that there was. This is a pretty Terran-favored map. I haven't mentioned that yet, but it is definitely the truth. Just because tanks can set up out here and just destroy these bases, just because there's a lot of high ground that tanks can perch on. Now, here's the thing. We're not seeing tanks. Did he? Oh, Flash. You're so sick. He was here before the drone came down to try to take that 4th. Before. Shut it, like, a minute before that drone decided to come down and try to take the 4th base. Flash knows, man. Oh, he lost a Science Vessel, though. All right, he's human. He's human. He's very good at this game, but he's definitely not a robot sent to destroy us all, which is always comforting to figure out. Look at the Defiler run. He's like, I don't like this. He wants to toss down a Plague on these guys. You'll notice that Flash is not holding still very much. It's harder to toss down a Plague on a large number of bio if they're in motion like this. If they're holding still, it's much easier. So, oh, high ground, Plague. Got it. Nice. That was a really, really nice Plague. Do you have another one? He catches a Science Vessel. That was largely a whiff, but he was also irradiated. And on some, just a short lifespan there, so he did what he could. Another Mutalisk in production. These Guardians are like, hey, come try to take this 3rd base, sucker. Not going to happen, man. 3rd base done for Flash. It can be just minerals because he's making a bunch of Marines at a time. Actually, not right now. Did he lose? Man, I think that was the Plague Science Vessel there. It certainly was. Ah, it catches the Defiler there. He catches the other Defiler there. Dark Swarm comes up. This guy just dies without enough energy to do anything at all. Lurker's trying to come in here and shut down this little contain on the 4th base attempt. And now he has an escort of Zerglings that do have 1-1. So we're working on 2-2 for these guys. I imagine Ultralisks are going to be the future play here, which we have seen be very good against this bio strategy. The Irradiates are good. The bio is pretty good, but the Ultras are pretty tanky. Is he going? He's going right for it, man. Just kidding. Dark Swarm is up. Let's not go right for that. 'Tis a silly place. Ah, Flash coming back down says, you were going to take a 4th base, weren't you? And you chased me away, but I'm back with numbers greater than before. My 2-2 is done. Before your 2-2, another Plague from a dead Defiler here. I don't know, the energy levels on these medics might not be super healthy, but you notice he's moving. If you hold still... Yeah, no, Lings, that's not happening, guys. If you hold still... This is working, man. The healing and the upgrades they have, Marines are so much better with extra armor. You hold still, then the medics won't waste their energy trying to heal up dudes that are plagued, because they're constantly losing health and it's a waste of energy. But if you move around until the Plague is gone, then you can heal up more efficiently because you're not constantly losing that HP. This is real bad. I mean, I don't know. I don't know that I've seen a Zerg player win against an elite Terran player on this map. I've seen non-elite Terran players get beat on this map by Zerg players. That's not the concern. These Guardians doing work, man. We don't have upgrades, but who needs upgrades? Look at these Marines. They're like, we're not afraid of you because you suck. And they certainly do. Boy, they're so bad. Zergling's trying to jump up this way with some Dark Swarm support on top of these Marines, and a Plague gets tossed down too. Ling's hanging out inside the Dark Swarm there. That's beautiful stuff. This base, oh, is he? Don't tell me he's waiting for it to finish. He's not waiting for it to finish. He's going to kill it. This base down here is dead. This base up here at the north is dead. Flash has a stranglehold on this game, everybody. He is looking extremely terrifying. I don't know that Effort is in a position where he can win this thing. I don't know if he has the gas available to support the Ultralisk cavern he's building right now. Firebat's in production. Are there any lurkers down here at all? No, this would not be happening otherwise. It's 193 to 90 total supply. Like, I know the Zerg player is not really supposed to be in a great supply position, but we're at the 15-minute mark, and that's what we're looking at. And that is bad news, Bears. Radiate, and I'm not sure if Plague's even really worth it. But I was going to say you have to cast something, but no, you don't, because you don't have the energy for it. Science Vessels. No, Scourge does not get the hit there. Mutalisk gets a couple hits on the Science Vessels. But the Contain is real. Another Defiler dies to this Irradiate. Whenever you're playing against Flash, the Irradiates seem endless. And maybe they are, because he's so good at protecting his Science Vessels, I say, as 3 of them get plagued right now. That's it. Man, look at this chase down effort. Elite play. Chasing this bio down. That's not a lot. That is not a lot of Marines, and most of them are down to like 4 HP, which means they get one shot by Zerglings. Oh, the Mutas found the Science Vessels. They found them. Ba-bam, ba-bam, ba-bam. Remember when I said Flash takes care of his Science Vessels? He does. He generally does, but he's only down to 2 here. Effort is doing the right things to win this game. He just doesn't have the income available for it, nor the larva production. 10 Firebats at a time are in production. The Firebat transition from Flash. Are you kidding me right now? He's working on that +3 armor, giving him 3/3. This base, not happening. This base, not happening. Like, these Zerglings are just having a field day. At least until they were dead. Is that more science? Another Science Vessel goes down, but not before Irradiates happen. Beautiful Plague. Beautiful Plague. Effort. You're winning this game in my heart, friendo. Look at these Firebats, though. They are doing some work right now, but everybody's injured. Not everyone's injured. There's some green stuff in there. This, again, just... Effort keeps sending groups down to try to deal with stuff that he's underestimated. That group was too big. It was too big to deal with a handful of Zerglings, even if they've been plagued, which they're fine. If they were plagued, they're back now. These Lings running into just a meat grinder. Yeah, it's 199 to, what, like 70 total supply. This is not happening for Effort. He just canceled Anabolic Synthesis. He's like, you know what I'm not doing? Getting speed for Ultras. Well, let's get armor instead. Another Plague Dark Swarm combo. Not the best Plague I've ever seen, but also didn't completely whiff. Effort is fighting and scratching and clawing here. He's doing the right thing, but there's just too much. That Plague was beautiful. That bottom right-hand base is happening for Flash. This is happening for Flash. I mean, he doesn't really have to expand again as long as he keeps denying the northern and the southern bases, which he's doing. He's actually taking the southern base, which is a slap in the face here to Effort. Just keep killing Science Vessels, Effort. You can do it, but it is a long row to hoe right now. It is a lot to try to come back from this. I don't rightly see it. I don't. Hit that like button, by the way, if you're enjoying this cast. If you're a Flash fan, you probably are. If you're here for Effort, maybe not as much. Perhaps not as much. Trying to retake this hatchery that did die. I didn't really comment upon it, but it's dead, and now it's dead again. So this is 3-basing Zerg. It's just not. The numbers do not work. They never will. If it was another player, not Flash, maybe Effort could come back. But this one guy, you get down this much against him. Bro, the Plagues have been so good. There just hasn't been the army available to actually deal with it. Not that you need much of an army to deal with a super plagued bio force like this, but still. Dude, every one of these Science Vessels is plagued into oblivion. Northern base. Effort really, really trying to take it. He's got Ultralisks in the mix now. The Irradiates are happening. Like, yes, he took it, but guess who's coming to dinner? About 50 units worth of bio. Science Vessel's retreating. They can still do full health or full damage even if they are severely injured. Oh, the Ultra, he made it back into the Dark Swarm. That is not fair. This group down to the south is just mean. I mean, look, this one lurker is like, hey guys, what's up? Run! Getting shot in the face. Northern base not happening. Southern base belongs to Flash. And economically, this is not going to happen for effort at all. I'm not reluctant to call games when Flash is involved. It's usually pretty easy to tell what's going on at this point of this game. And that's that, man. Flash has this thing. It's 194 to 100 supply. Effort's been down about 100 supply for the last 10 minutes. It feels like it's just not scalable here. This group of Marines is just standing in against these Ultras. I don't know. A nice little win there for effort. The Ultras are the right answer here. The irradiate on all of the Ultras means they need to be effective now. They have a limited time. Get down in here and kill these SCVs. Where are you going? How about you? Will you come into the choke? You certainly will. And then go that way. What is happening right now? Scourge getting some decent hits. Why are just good? I don't think he knew about this base, in fairness. Ooh, he knows about this one, though. Okay, he's getting in the mineral line. Nope, hang on, he's behind. What is this pathing from these Ultralisks? He's dead. These guys having a pretty good time. Ooh, look who tank transitioned, though. Flash is like, you're making Ultralisks? I will just start triple pumping tanks. They're going to have +1 attack. They're not going to have the best upgrades, but they're still enough to own those Ultralisks. Thank you for asking. Northern base is happening for effort. If he can get this up, if he can get this base up, it is going to be a comeback potential scenario here. But look at this tank count. Look at Flash just casually working in to 1 million tanks. The Science Vessels go down, but Defensive Matrix is up on these tanks. It's 57 supply for effort right now. He's got Lings, he's got Ultras, he's got Defilers, but the tank count is continuing to increase 3 at a time for Flash. And if it wasn't for those tanks, I would feel decent about Effort's chances. Maybe just the discrepancy here in the overall supply. That is your good game. Effort taps out, and Flash is your winner in 22 minutes and 14 seconds. Beautiful. What a beautiful game. That was really, really good from Flash. But yeah, what do you expect from Flash, right? Just rolling over Zergs. That was incredible. And yes, I main Zerg, so if you're going to leave a comment about how I'm Terran biased or Protoss biased, then hey, thank you very much. I've been hiding my bias. All right, so yeah, just, keep this away from the Zerg, keep this away from the Zerg, just kind of let them have their first 3 bases, maybe kill this mineral base just to make sure. And yeah, just total mastery here. He did transition into tanks when he saw Ultralisks. Maybe he scanned and saw the Ultralisk cavern and started producing them. So, I don't know. I think he could have won without them, right? I think he could have won without them. These are 3/3 Marines. The Science Vessel count, though. The Science Vessel count is low. Effort did an excellent job killing Science Vessels in this game. Like, a really good job. I don't know, how much, like, 1? Is there 1 Science Vessel right now for Flash? 2? There's 2 there. And, I think that's 2. Wow. He killed a lot of Science Vessels today. He did a great job with the Plagues, great job with the Mutalisks, great job with the Scourge. Flash a little bit sloppy with those today. But won most of the other engagements here. And yeah, the trick on this map is it's pretty wide open. There are some good areas to come around for some flanks, but over and over again, Flash has had bigger armies than Effort was expecting. He sent several groups of Lings down here to secure this base, and they never had enough to handle whatever was down here for Flash. Sometimes it was 4 or 5 Marines and 2 medics. Sometimes it was 12 Marines and some medics, but every time it was just too much. And he was never able to really take this base. Northern base he had for about 5 minutes, but most of the time did not happen there either. So yeah, it's an economic game. That's what StarCraft is most of the time. And you know that. I know that. And that's why we watch. Cool. Let's go ahead and check out the final score. But it is 139,000 points for Effort, 149,000 for Flash. Not bad. I mean, look at this. He killed 228 Terran units of the 369 that Flash made, that is not bad. That is not a bad ratio, but losing 400 of his own units while making only 500, really bad stuff. And again, it was economy more than anything else. He ends up raising 5 Zerg buildings, which is mostly hatcheries, if I have to remember. I might have seen a creep down. I didn't see any like tech structures get killed, so those are all hatches, man. And then resources, about the same, but you're not going to beat Flash as a Zerg player having about the same resources. You're just not. You needed to be up 1 base, 2 base on Flash at all times as soon as you can. And he was good for a minute. He got that 3rd base up nice and early. He defended them. He never lost really much at his natural or his 3rd. It was the 4th, securing the 4th and the 5th bases that were really his Achilles heel that Flash was prepared for, and Flash destroyed with prejudice. So, that is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. If you like what you saw and what you heard today, you can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.